The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council glittered with starlight, filtered through a diamond lattice dome, suspended above the ancient city of Telshira. Delegates from over 80 species occupied their elevated spheres, transparent floating pods arrayed around the central chamber in concentric rings. Holographic banners drifted lazily in the air, bearing sigils of peace, unity, and progress. It was the very heart of galactic diplomacy. But today the hall trembled, not from weapons, not from war, but from silence. The Earth sphere was empty. Where once a blue and white emblem shimmered beside the glowing form of the human delegate, there was now only static, interrupted by a lone transmission repeating every 60 seconds. Humanity has withdrawn. The message repeated in every language. No explanation, no demands, no warning, just, humanity has left the building. Panic rippled through the chamber. I demand clarification, barked Chancellor Ver from the crystalline seas of Draxon Prime. Has Earth collapsed? Hissed Ambassador Selek of the Targari Mindswarm. Was it political, religious, military? Dozens shouted. But no one had an answer. Only one species knew the truth, and they weren't speaking. 3 weeks earlier, on Earth, Ambassador Riaya Thorne, Earth's representative to the Galactic Council, stood in the rain-slicked ruins of Geneva Base 1, once the largest interstellar diplomacy complex on the planet. Now it was blackened metal and scattered reports. In the sky above, the Earth defense shield flickered, struggling to hold against some unknown cosmic pressure. The thing beyond the shield had no name. It had not attacked. Not yet, but it had arrived. And every human instinct, every deep-coded ancestral fear, told them, this is worse than extinction. They don't see it, Riaya whispered. They think we're reacting emotionally. Beside her stood Commander Idris Vale, former fleet admiral, recently reinstated under emergency protocol. They're not built like us, he said. They never had to be afraid of the dark. Riaya looked toward the sky. The entity floated just beyond the moon. It didn't move. It didn't communicate. It didn't respond to hails, but it watched. You really think the council won't believe us? She asked. Idris shook his head. They believe in structure, in protocol. This thing doesn't care about either. So what do? Idris reached into his coat and pulled out a sealed silver case. We do what humans do best, he said grimly. We prepare alone. Inside the case was a small sphere, silver, humming, alive with ancient power. Project Thanatos, Riaya whispered. I thought it was theoretical. It's real. And it's ours. The council told us to dismantle it. We lied. Riaya stared at it, at the weapon humanity had built in secret in defiance of every treaty. You're really pulling Earth out? She asked. No, Idris replied. I'm pulling all of us out. Back in the council hall, panic had devolved into chaos. Ambassadors demanded the right to Earth's territories. Trade routes collapsed. Human allies were attacked. Riots broke out on satellite colonies. But it was when the gates to Sol system locked that they really started to fear. A blockade, a quarantine, no, a wall. Humanity wasn't just leaving. They were building something. No signals came out. No ships got in. Even the wormhole anchors began to decay, dismantled by nanites, strand by strand. And all across the galaxy, people asked the same question. What are the humans hiding from? Riaya Thorne was on Mars when it began. She stood in the Crimson Watchtower, the last line of defense between Earth and the void. Beside her, Idris watched the black mass in the sky ripple. It had begun to move. Slowly, purposefully. It's waking up, Riaya said. No, Idris whispered. It's deciding. A transmission broke through. A single phrase from the entity in flawless English. Why do you fear me? Riaya answered, voice firm, transmitted across every emergency beacon in Sol. Because we remember what came before you. The stars bent, the air howled, and then it vanished, just disappeared. No explosion, no retreat. Gone. 5 days later, Idris stood in a small forest clearing outside Berlin, holding Riaya's hand as humanity stood down from full alert. They had survived. No help, no alliance, no galactic rescue, just their will, their defiance, and their memory. Riaya squeezed his hand. Do you think they'll come back? They never left, he murmured. They're just waiting to see who runs next. It took months for the council to calm. When the human sphere flickered back online, Riaya Thorne's face appeared pale, tired, but strong. She spoke only once. Humanity is not abandoning the galaxy. We're reminding it, when danger comes, treaties won't save you. We will, but only if you trust us. Some called it arrogance. Some called it wisdom. But no one doubted it anymore. Because when humanity panicked, they didn't flee, they prepared. And the galaxy would never forget the day the Council trembled, because the humans didn't.